did come off the arm of a Cameroon defender there. It was Cotto getting across, but his arm in a natural position, according to the referee, Dahane Beda. It's been an interesting 24 hours as well concerning the referee. They changed the man who was in charge. It was an Algerian official initially. L'Equipe reporting that Morocco filed a complaint with CAF, the African governing body, with Algeria, a potential opponent for Morocco in the next rounds. It'll be the winners of Nigeria versus Algeria taking on one of these two sides on the 14th of January. So the man who's been charged with it is Dahane Beda. Morocco with the goal kick. Manager tonight, you can sense it. It's not been the most well-attended Africa Cup of Nations, but here, with the hosts in action in this glittering new stadium, the sense of expectation certainly is palpable. You get frustrated. The Cameroon will know that. That's back to the goalkeeper. He was under a little bit of pressure, Epassi. It gets it away. The header down from Aguerd has been picked off, and they're looking early there for Cathane. The Cameroon throw-in. It was an awkward touch initially from Messina. Kept his cool on the edge of the box to drift away from Cathane. Long downfield from Carlos Baleba. It was actually Nagida who looked early for Brian and Burmo. Long from Naif again. That's diagonal ball from Messina. Chamadou picking it off towards the edge of the Moroccan penalty area, the clearing header. Mazraoui, another Cameroon throw-in on this near side. A junior Chamadou. Which is football for Stoke City. He's got his first goal for his country in that round of 16 win. Well, a goal it proved to be as well. It's a little bit scrappy early on in Rabat as Malone, who plays it calmly to his left. Baleba, well, he's dropping in alongside the defenders. We thought he might play a more defensive midfield role, but they've picked it off Morocco. Diaz looking to get clear of Namasso. The official had a good look at that and blows the whistle. It will be a free kick just outside the area, towards that right-hand side of the pitch. Well, the initial contact is quite some distance outside the box. It was a little clumsy from Namasso, a good decision from the referee. The challenge doesn't continue into the penalty area. That's the crucial fact there. Ashraf Hakimi is standing over this. That is Brahim Diaz. First cap tonight. African Player of the Year, Ashraf Hakimi. We've wandered forward. Maccabi scored some spectacular goals already in this tournament, from aerial balls into the 18-yard box. Will be Hakimi. Clipped in near post. As Al-Zuli wasn't entirely sure where that had gone. It was Christian Kafane who put it out for a corner. Hakimi wandering across to take a second consecutive set piece for Morocco. In from Hakimi, low towards the near post, it's helped on its way. For a moment it looked like that might be headed into the 6-yard box, but Cameroon have got a body in the way. Hakimi will get ready to deliver this once again. It's clipped in by Hakimi, again towards the near post. Away by Baleba, who's underneath it again. And they could break here, Cameroon. Well, he's just been outnumbered, Carlos Baleba. There's Naif Aguerd on the cover, but he can't keep the ball for Morocco. Diaz's little tug, spotted by the referee. Cameroon have started well. Again, the whistles come from the stands this evening in Rabat, with Cameroon in possession, and they'll feed off that noise, the indomitable Lions. Baleba's forward ball is close down. Bounces back to Cotto, and now Baleba turns on the halfway line. That's given away. Flipped across towards the left-hand side for Al-Zuli. Mazraoui. He was told to leave it by Al-Zuli, but took over anyway, Mazraoui. Trips the ball to the edge of the penalty area. Well, that's taken down. Saibari into the 6-yard box. Acrobatic clearance, but a really good one from Tolo. Almost found Al-Kabi at the back post. Now here's Hakimi, driving towards the edge of the box. Wins the free kick. The yellow card is immediately out, and not sure all that's been shown to. Not sure it's a yellow card for me, but I can understand why the referee's given Morocco the free kick. But how about this for a piece of defending from Tolo? Would have been a tap in for Al-Kabi at the back post. It's Tolo, I believe, who's not happy with the decision. I can understand it. It's been shown to Namasso, the yellow card. Free kick from around 25 yards from goal, and Achraf Hakimi, well, he's moved a bit of the spray to mark himself a new spot, and the ball isn't anywhere near either of the two spots that he's created with the temporary foul. But here is Achraf Hakimi, 6 men in the wall in front of him, central position just slightly to the right. He's changed his angle of approach, almost as if he's lining up the pot in the World Snooker Championship. Readjust the ball again. Rabat holds its breath for a moment. As PSG's Achraf Hakimi lines it up. It's down the outside, but the pass is overhit. He was trying to slide it out to Brahim Diaz, who did not appear to be on the same page. It's a clever idea. The execution is poor, really. Brahim Diaz not happy with a couple of words offered by the Cameroon players. you weren't around earlier today, there was another quarter-final as 10-man Mali sent Senegal into the semi-finals. They too counted amongst the favourites. There's a big collision on halfway. Carlos Baleba and Achraf Hakimi, it looks like. It's actually Saibari who's gone to ground. Carlos Baleba clattering into him as he challenged for that. Ismail Faged. Shuffle to his right to find Hakimi. Back to again. Cameroon will take the opportunity to step forward, and Burmo getting close to Messina. Now Mazraoui tries to find a way past Chamadou. They've got to cross him. Unfairly, says the referee. And Junior Chamadou looks to be in some discomfort here. Yeah, that looks painful. Mazraoui landed awkwardly on his knee, which was already in a slightly unnatural position. Junior Chamadou. That will be a painful one. First real delay of the game this evening, as the Cameroon medical team will see to Junior Chamadou. They show great character, Cameroon, to come back and take on South Africa in the last round. Chamadou with the important goal, and still struggling a little, the Stoke City defender. I hope he's able to continue, but as all of Mazraoui's weight, his rear end lands on Junior Chamadou's knee as he's gone searching for the ball, wrapping his leg in there, trying to get a toe to it. In the process, he's not in a particularly natural position. And the Manchester United defender loses his own balance. It looks like Cameroon are hurriedly preparing a change. It's like Darling Yongwa is warming up. He's back on his feet at least, Junior Chamadou. But for the moment, Cameroon playing with 10. Here's Mazraoui. Down the outside. Zalzouli. Mathieu Swinger steps inside. Mazraoui. Back to Zalzouli. It's towards the penalty spot. It's a good tussle towards the back post. El Kaabi prevented from reaching it. Morocco with the corner. Zalzouli with an inviting delivery, though. Good fight shown from Saibari to win it back initially to allow Zalzouli the opportunity to cross. Still Cameroon having to do without Chamadou. Hakimi will deliver this for Morocco. Hakimi with the corner, again towards the near post. Again, Cameroon get a body in the way. And Malone it was this time. Hakimi with a second attempt. And Hakimi, this time deeper into the box. Again, Cameroon, Kankin clear. Burmo goes to ground, good challenge from Zalzouli. Now it's down the right-hand side for Brahim Diaz, has two defenders around him. And the corner prevented by Tolo. Foul there by Kafane. Bilal El Khanous goes rolling away. It stepped on his, just get stepped on that right boot of Bilal El Khanous. His football at Stuttgart on loan from Leicester City. Decent season so far in the Bundesliga, 3 goals and 3 assists. Hakimi from the right-hand side, the cross comes in. Brahim Diaz was the target. Cameroon got a head on the end of it, and they're not happy. They think that this should be a free kick. It wasn't that high really, he stooped quite low there. It's Avon stooping to head it. He's okay, it is a free kick. For the first time. Cameroon tempers just flaring a little bit quicker than maybe you'd expect. Baleba. Tolo. Nagida. Early ball, looking for Mbermo. A bit too much on it. Bono's come a long way, he took a risk. He had Mbermo closing down on him. He concedes the throw-in the end, the Moroccan goalkeeper. And Junior Chamadou will wander downfield. Must have the long throw in his locker. He's seemingly okay now, Junior Chamadou. I did worry for him for a moment because it looked a really ugly one. Chamadou hung up into the 18-yard box. That's away by Aguerd. Baleba tries to take it down. Prodded away by Saibari. Malone. Beautifully done. Read what Saibari wanted to do. Mbermo. Now Nagida. He was doubled up on and dispossessed, and Brahim Diaz tries to spin away. Quickly taken free kick. Morocco trying to move it slightly faster here. Clipped inside. Saibari. This comes Avon. Throwing on the near side for Morocco. Is Al-Zuli. Al-Mazraoui. To Adam Messina of Torino. He's Italian born. Started his international career as an Italy under-21. Morocco setting off down the right-hand side. Brahim Diaz, he seemed to just run into Tolo, but the referee has given Morocco the free kick. If you're interested, Iliman Ndiaye scored the goal for Senegal. Let's put their place in the semi-finals. Knockout stage is starting to take shape. Senegal will take on one of Egypt or Côte d'Ivoire. They play tomorrow in the late kickoff. While Algeria face Nigeria in the earlier of the 2 quarter-finals on Saturday. Seen by Al-Zuli. Start off Messina, last it is a goal kick. He's done felt well defensively, Adam Messina, stepping in for Roman Saiss, who's been out of the tournament since the opening game. Well, there's a problem now. Is this Junior Chamadou down in the Cameroon box? He does seem to be overcome with emotion. Who is this? It's Al-Zuli. Not sure there's anything you can see from the set piece, but a problem. Chamadou is not going to be able to continue. They've patched him up, and giving him a fair crack at it. You can understand why he didn't want to leave such a big stage for him in his country. And that injury earlier on, sustained and trying to dispossess no sé más.
Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page. Shot maps and more info on the match page. Remember to check out FootMob's social channels on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and TikTok. Thank you for listening to FootMob's audio commentary. Be sure to check out player ratings, shot maps and more in-depth info on the match page.
It's in by Hakimi. Brahim Diaz wheels away in celebration. He's got the last touch. Does he know it's El Kaabi? Morocco take the lead in the Africa Cup of Nations. Acclaim from both of their big stars of the tournament so far, Ayoub El-Kaabi and Brahim Diaz. They won't really care who scored, and Brahim Diaz doesn't know either. He shakes his head with a smile on his face. The corner from Hakimi, it was nodded down by Ayoub El-Kaabi. Has that just flicked off Brahim Diaz on the way through? It's Diaz's goal. That takes him to 5 in the tournament. Well, they just started to build really well into the game. Morocco, 5 goals, 5 games. Brahim Diaz, their star turn, linking up with the African Footballer of the Year, Achraf Hakimi. And Moroccan nerves settled just before the hour mark in Rabat. It's Cameroon 0, Morocco 1 in the African Cup of Nations quarter-final. Well, that'll change the game. Now some of the caution that perhaps Cameroon or even Morocco that you might see in these big games early on will go by the wayside, and Cameroon now have to chase something. Well, they've got an opportunity early on here. To take a free kick from out on that left-hand side. Well, Chamadou, the confirmation of that replacement. It's Ebimbe who's come on the attacker, the breast winger, in his place. Bit of pushing and shoving. Tolo and again squaring up to each other in the 18-yard box, and a bit of work to do for the official. It's going to be Nagida to take it eventually. A little bit of shirt pulling, tussling. In from Nagida towards the penalty spot. It's held back up in the air by Kafane. Flicked away on the edge of the box. Diaz with a touch to it, and Burmo stretching to try and keep it for Cameroon. But it's Morocco who are threatening to burst away down the left-hand side. Saibari, Esal Zuli. Malone got back. He's given that away. It's bounced off of Elainawi. Hakimi gets a boot on it out on the far side, though, to win it back for Morocco. Challenge from Avon. Now here is Ebimbe. Well, he would not have expected to be involved as early as this, Eric Ebimbe. His third appearance from the Brents. This Afcon finals. On loan at Brest from Frankfurt. The 25-year-old. Confirmation, it is Brahim Diaz's goal. Launched towards El-Kaabi, who clattered into the back of Malone. Not sure he was quite aware he was there. Ayoub El-Kaabi. It's close to being offside, Brahim Diaz, from that opener. Well, the captain just didn't react. Diaz in front of him certainly did. Baleba. That's given away in a really bad position. And that's poor from El Kaabi. They had 4 streaming at 2 Cameroon defenders. He tried to go for the back heel, and he's given it away. Brian and Burmo does the same. This time had a play on the near side for a throw-in, but Morocco there, they've just rushed that move when a bit of patience, a bit of time and care of the ball. And they probably should have created themselves a very good chance for the second. Hooked away by Masraoui. It's Saibari. He's always been battling down that side, that left-hand side for Morocco, and this time he's forced the throw in. It's in by Cholo Malone. Here is Cholo, the captain. To the goalkeeper. Way by Epassi. And Burmo tries to take it down. It's good from El Ainaoui. To the goalkeeper, Bunu. Clearance under pressure. There's Al-Zuli. Flicked it on. First 2 it was Koto. To the goalkeeper again, and Burmo in a tangle. In the centre circle, there were 2 challenges simultaneously sent in his direction. Neither of them are foul, though, says the referee, and that's nice from Al-Zuli. Just to poke it away from Ibimbe. Hakimi. Backwards go. Morocco. Shuffled across to Mazraoui. Turned down the left-hand side by Al-Zuli. Saibari. Mazraoui. Morocco player's gone down in the box. Referee waves play on, but he's stayed there. Well, they spotted the player down. Referee will halt proceedings here as Tahani Beda wanders across to check on Al-Zuli. I didn't really see anything that would have caused him to go down like that. We'll have a look. Was he stepped on there? He has. Ibimbe's caught him. He stepped on him in the 18-yard box. They're going to have a little look at this. Doesn't look like they are. It's certainly clumsy from the substitute. He did get trodden on. There's Al-Zuli. It was accidental. Now he's having a word with both captains. The goalkeeper's got involved here. Ashraf Hakimi is the Moroccan representative in his role as Morocco captain. There's Al-Zuli. Well, the ball's going to be returned to Naya Fagerd. No penalty. Fascinating. It really is interesting. Because it looked to me like the kind of challenge that VAR keeps an eye out for. He was stepped on off the ball. It was accidental, yes. Now, I'm not saying it should be a penalty, but you've seen them given so many times that you would almost assume that's the standard now. And more often than not in international tournaments too. Diaz goes to ground looking for a free kick. Nothing wrong with the challenge by Nagida, who just held him off really. Ipassi asking a lot of Belay, but who's suddenly swarmed by those in white. Tolo. Slowing things down. Now Cotto. Flipped out to the left-hand side. He's Ibimbe. Cameroon will hurriedly get it forward. Kofane just held his ground, but in doing so he fouled Messina. El Ayoubi, in fact, challenging over the top. It was Messina. The free kick himself, Alan Messina. Backwards to Agued. They'll be comfortable now, Morocco. The fans certainly are. The light show taking their attention in the stands as Morocco go searching another, and that's untidy just outside the penalty area. But Al-Kaibi found Al-Zuli, shifted it onto his right. And some in the ground thought that was in. Very close to it. Just skimmed past the outside of that left hand upright. Did really well as Al-Zuli. Morocco wanted a free kick just outside the 18-yard box. El Kaabi played on. He found Ez Al-Zuli, and it's not too far away. I think that's just flicked off a Cameroon defender on the way through. It's a decent effort though from Ez Al-Zuli. A bit of pedigree, did spend some of his youth on the books at Barcelona. There's Al-Zuli. Cameroon will find Kofane here. Bit of urgency in the move. And Burmo waiting in the middle. They'll have to sprinting out of the box to try and get on the end of it, and Bimbe was blocked off in there. Baleba, sharp challenge. Pokes it free but can't keep it. And now there's Al-Zuli. Inside to El Ayoubi. Diaz is foul, and that's the booking. Challenge in the centre circle. It's Tolo who's been shown the yellow card. Should they go through, they'll have to do without Tolo. Well, the evidence so far, if they are to turn this around, they'll need something to change in their performance this evening. Certainly no foul earlier on as the Cameroon got forward for the first time in quite a while. So, a little pause here. Major discussions on the bench. The Moroccan manager deep in conversation with one of his players. Animated discussions, in fact. It's quite the stadium. But not just for this Africa Cup of Nations, but the upcoming hosting duties of the World Cup in 2030. Played all of their games here, Morocco. And if they get through, the semi-final will be played here, and the final will be played here. Mazraoui. Well, he fizzes it down the left-hand side, not with too much control though, and it's not close enough at Ez Al-Zuli to keep the ball. It's Shane Malone instead. Running down by Mazraoui. It's away by Baleba. Messina with the clearing header. Ibimbe. It's across to pick it up. Just to put this stadium into context, it's brand new. It seats 70,000. They are building 115,000 seats a stadium. Not far from Casablanca. El Kaabi Tussling for possession. There was a player down as he did so, and I think he might have inadvertently caught him here. It will be a foul. Just an outstretched arm, yeah, that was it. He's caught Namaso there. Seems to be almost a zero tolerance policy now for contact between the arm and the face. You feel for players like Ayoub El-Kabi, who's not a small man. Baleba. On the edge of his penalty area. Tolo. Cotto got it back to Ipasi. Full clearance from Cotto. Here's Diaz. Can't quite dance away this time. To Aguerd. Now Hakimi on the right-hand side, the Morocco captain. To Naya for Aguerd. To Messina. And now here's Nasser Masraoui on the left-hand side. Still going, Masraoui. It's a decent challenge, though. Just to poke it away by Malone. By Saibari. Attempted switch, that's kicked off. Diaz. El Khanous. Just ricochets off of Brahim Diaz on the edge of the 18-yard box. Could have gone anywhere though. Is with Davis Ipasi here though. Cotto. Look a little passive at times here, Cameroon. Cotto. And look long. Aguerd. Kofane felt he was stepped on by Naya for Aguerd. He was rolling around after a challenge, an aerial challenge from Aguerd. They've got two players down at the moment, Cameroon. One of them is Nagida. Aguerd led with the elbow. I'd like to have a little look at the afters as well, the follow-up to that, because it did seem like he maybe stepped on him. It's not a good challenge at all from Naya for Aguerd. Even the physio's had a word with the referee as he's come on. He led with his elbow. Tolo is trying to make that point to the ref. It's a really bad challenge. The more you look at it, the worse it gets. He's got away with it as well now, Aguerd. We'll have 5 minutes of time added on at the end of this first half. As Kofane is helped back to his feet, Brian Mbermo waits patiently to take the set piece out on that left-hand side. Mbermo lurking, assessing his options. Nagida wandering forward to... And here's Wisdom. Mbermo. Committed too many into the box. There's a few waiting, lurking, just outside the penalty area for Cameroon. Mbermo. In towards the near post. Poor delivery in the end and away by Hakimi. Shea Malone. To Ipasi. to the left-hand side, Nagida attempts the back heel. Throw-in taken rapidly by Nagida. Here's Namaso, ran into Hakimi. Nagida takes the early opportunity to cross. That's into the hands of Yassine Bounou, who's had a quiet night so far. Haven't managed to conjure up a single shot on target, Cameroon. Morocco lead deservedly. And it's all the way through to Ez Al-Zouli. And now Al-Kabi. Sharp chance at the near post, and it's into the side netting. It all came from a hopeful pump downfield when Cameroon was still resetting. Here's Tolo that just about gets across in time to narrow the angle. Il passé long. It's off of El Ayoubi's knee. Throw on the near side. Ibimbi into Che Malone. That's long from Malone towards Kafane. By Mazraoui. Malone, well, he couldn't take it down, so instead he's going to bicycle kick it into Moroccan territory. Here he is again. Sharp turn from Namaso, upended on the way through though. And a free kick for Cameroon in the final minutes of added time. Like Naui. It's rolled there by the Auxerre midfielder, Danny Namaso. It's Beleva to take the free kick for Cameroon. Sending players forward. Beleva plays it short to Epassi. On towards the edge of the box, that's flicked on. Saibari's header out to Mbermo here on the right hand side. Tries to take on two. Mazraoui, his club colleague, comes away with it, and Mbermo gets the second. The ball, Namaso towards the 6-yard line. That bounces out of play. Another coming together. Walid Regragui is suggesting that his player has been caught with an elbow. It's not an elbow. He's put the arm out. And it's off of his chest in the end. He's just trying to stretch his arm out to shepherd the ball out of play, as Al-Zouli has made the most of it. Malone. Flicked on. Kafane couldn't get on the end of it. Nagida took it down. Al-Kabi in pursuit. Che Malone. Long underneath it. Messina. Saibari prods it down the touchline. But that's that. Referee brings the first half to an end. Morocco lead the game, deservedly so. Brahim Diaz with the faintest of touches, and Achraf Hakimi corner, which had been causing problems in the opening 25 minutes or so, was won by Ayoub Al-Kabi. His header was heading towards the goal, but Brahim Diaz, with the faintest of touches off the thigh, made sure of it. It's been a frantic game, a scrappy game. A game played at full tempo by both of these two sides. Morocco with a slender lead though at the break. Cameroon chasing away back into it. Join us in 15 minutes time for the second half live. But at half time here at the stadium in Rabat, it is Cameroon 0, Morocco 1. evening. Later Young replaced Christian Kafane. And a tough night, the 19-year-old. It'll be a learning experience. He'll grow from this. Christian Kafane, they've pinned a lot of hopes on the teenager. Morocco clear it. Free kick for Cameroon inside their own half of the pitch. Tolo, Cotto, Burmo steps inside, finds Avon. That's down the outside for Shea Malone. And Burmo to the edge of the box, taken down by Nkudu. Wide, Nagida. Couldn't work the cross in, it's off Hakimi. Quick throw in from Nagida. Nkudu. Tolo. Nkudu back into the centre circle. Cotto. Into the penalty area. Well, they won the header initially. Onana was there, but there's no one there on the second ball for Cameroon. Not much more he could do there, Onana, rather than run it back across the face of goal. A warning to Bono. The Moroccan goalkeeper from the referee. He'll be keeping an eye on time wasting in these last few moments. 7.5 minutes of the 90 left. He sets up a fascinating tussle in the semi-finals. Should Morocco see this one out? We're in for a belting semi-final. Nigeria with their star-studded lineup. There's Al-Zuli's been taken out just outside the 18-yard box. There's Victor Osimhen, Ademola Lookman, or neighbours Algeria, a North London derby. A free kick just outside the box. This really would put it to bed. And it's Al-Zuli who's lining it up. 4 in the wall for Cameroon. It's pretty far out towards that far side of the penalty area, but one that Abdessamad Al-Zuli fancies from this kind of range. Morocco have set up their own wall. Percy waiting on. There's Al-Zuli. Hits it. It's off the top of the wall. Amrabat scoops it wide. It's over the touchline. By Burmo. Gonna try and move it quicker here, Cameroon, but again, that breaks down inside the Morocco half of the pitch. Brahim Diaz, that's sharp to get in front of Avon. Still going Diaz, this time down the left-hand side, followed by Alvin Avon. Diaz tries to hold it up, foul by Avon. It's a goal kick. A bit of a devil inside him. Brahim Diaz. Well, Saibari is going to get an opportunity to soak up the applause that he deserves on his performance this evening. Wanders off. Will be replaced by Soufiane Rahimi of El Ain. It's also the end of the night for Ezal Zuli. And on comes Usama Targalin of Feyenoord for the last 4 minutes plus added time. Nagida. Avom. Long from Cotto. It's tossed up into the box. There's Rahimi. Concedes the throw in. Mbermo. Slung in there again by Cotto. Very good first touch by Onana. Nagida. Looking for space to cross. In the way. Eli Ainawi. Here's Nkudu. Onana for Cameroon. Poked away from the edge of the box by Amrabat. Rahimi. It's sliding in on Avom. Free kick for Cameroon. I think a yellow card as well for Soufiane Rahimi. Yep. Added to the book, the substitute. I think he's even managed a minute on the pitch. It was a very untidy challenge. Brian Mbermo standing over the set piece. They need to score now if they do have any hopes of turning this around. Cameroon, but sliding towards an Afcon exit. Mbermo into the penalty area, away by Aguerd. Nkudu. Mbermo, far side of the penalty area. Steps inside onto his left. Body's in the way and Mbermo still goes. His teammates appealing for a handball. Well, they're lifted away a pass. He meets it just outside the centre circle. That's straight up in the air off the goalkeeper. Dribbles down Rahimi's back. That's Rawi, I should say. That's been upended. Ete Young. And then punished. Just a bit over-eager to win that ball back. Not sure it hit an arm in the way through either. Earlier on, as Cameroon appealed for a penalty, Brahim Diaz has just sat down before being helped back to his feet. I think he's going to wander off. Heavy strapping around that right thigh. So he'll be replaced here. It was his goal that set Morocco on their way. He's fit at the tournament. It's Hamza Igaman who will see out the game instead. In the 90th minute here in Rabat. High fives and hugs all around for Brahim Diaz. Long from Tolo. Can't take it down either, Cameroon, and here comes Igaman. Still going. He was nursing an injury coming into the tournament, Hamza Igaman. Spent a bit of time on Rangers, 16 goals in 46 appearances for them last year. It all fell apart this year, falling out at Ibrox. He demanded an exit, and well, he's found his way to Lille, where he's a very impressive goal-scoring record this season. 5 goals in 13 Ligue 1 matches, and 9 in 18 in total since joining the French side. We're into added time, 5 minutes of it now. Nagida trying to weave his way through, still going Nagida. Through the middle, out to Nkudu. Back to Nagida. Avon, across to Cotto. On the outside is Mbermo. Avon, that's a poor touch. Salvages the situation. Mbermo. Malone. Back to Cotto near the halfway line. Tolo. Nagida. That's a poor cross. Tired looking delivery from the defender. Aguerd away. Looking for Hakimi. To Igaman, but simple defending, and Kudu down the outside. It's Young looking across the line. Can't find a teammate. Adam Messina steers it behind. And Burmo trying to get across quickly. Burmo from the near side, and the referee will step in once again, slow things down here and have a word with a couple of players, bundling, pushing and shoving around near the far post. They want to party. And Burmo, a bad ball, but it's away. Not far enough. Avon. Tolo, was he caught? The assistant referee on the far side thought so. Nuo Tolo. It was a faint touch. Got everything there. Nasser Mazraoui. And the Burmo once again standing over a set piece. They've all stayed up here, Cameroon. And Burmo. Messina away. Now Mazraoui. Back out to Burmo. They've got 2 players out to him. Amrabat pirouettes into danger, and Burmo into the penalty area. Back into his club colleague. It's off Mazraoui. Corner kick. They're all off the bench already, the Morocco team and staff. Mbermo. Simple for Bulu. Claims it in his 6-yard box. A roar from around the stadium here in Rabat. Lofted out to the far side. Will be a throw-in. Looked like a lovely first touch. Not quite good enough. Cotto. Cross to Nagida. Lumped forward. It's over the head of Etayon. Can Burmo keep it in? No, he can't. That'll be a goal kick, and surely that seals Morocco's passage through to the semi-finals. The atmosphere building. They're ready for the release. They're ready to roar, to cheer, to party. A check of the watch by the referee. Walid Regragui waves his arms to the stands. It's long from Bunu, and that's it. It's all over. Morocco booked their place in the semi-finals of the Africa Cup of Nations, chasing that dream that they last dreamt 50 years ago. It's been a brave